Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the early Real Madrid preview to Real Madrid versus Osasuna. At least when I'm recording this on Wednesday, so it's very, very, very early indeed. Again, like I stated for my earlier preview for Napoli a few days ago, I'm recording these early because I'm not sure if I will have time to record on another day. So let me just do it now. But I think today's preview is slightly different because there's actually a situation where um, I might have pre-recorded too early. Who knows? But Real Madrid host Osasuna um, in what is the only home game for Real Madrid for another four. Um, yeah, because we talked about this. After this, we have Sevilla away, and then we've got the Champions League, which is against Braga, and then we have got Barcelona away. So another 3 games after, we're traveling away 3 times in a row, including the Champions League and El Clasico, meaning that obviously this is our only home game up until the 6th of November, so a good month away from right now. Right, so let's get into this. Now let's talk about Osasuna and how they've done. The 10th right now. They are definitely a side. They are more of a mid-table team. They're definitely not really a side that you would expect, I suppose, to really give much problems. But last season when we played them, we got held back with a draw early on, and it was around this time last season as well, wasn't it? Yep, that they ended our kind of winning streak with that draw at the Bernabeu as well. And then when we played them again in February, we won away, and then obviously we played them in the Copa del Rey final. We beat them as well. So last 3 to 4 games, last 3 games at least, we've won twice and we've drawn one. So the record against Osasuna for Real Madrid is not too bad. Now for Osasuna coming to this game, they've won once with a victory over Celta Vigo. They've lost to Athletic Club. They beat Valencia. They lost to Barcelona. They lost to Getafe. They drew Sevilla. They lost to Atletico Madrid, and they recently beat Alaves away from home. So yeah, it's up down for this team. But if you look at how they have played already against Barcelona at home and Atletico Madrid at home, they've not been able to get any goals or any wins. So it should be a pretty comfortable game. In fact, they did score against Barcelona, by the way. I'm sorry, but they were not able to get the win, of course. It does seem like against teams like Alaves and Valencia and and Celta Vigo, they are able to do something, but that is more of the lower half of the table. So I think going to this game, it doesn't really look like there's any major issues going to this game in terms of the past few games for Osasuna against Barcelona and Atletico Madrid as well. So it should be alright. It shouldn't be too difficult, of course. They could, surprise on the day and play really well, but I still think with the overall quality that Real Madrid have over Osasuna, we should get this job done. Relatively simple indeed. So let's talk about their players before we get into Real Madrid. They've got some good players. I mean, Avila, David Garcia, Catena, Sergio Herrera, Budemir. We've got a couple of decent players, but not players that should be able to beat Real Madrid. Personally, as a team, I don't think it is as good as Real Madrid, really. But let's talk about Real Madrid, because there's a bit of a problem here. and that is centre back, because Alaba is still a doubt. At the time of recording, and that's why I say when I'm recording this early, it's a bit of a disadvantage, because at the time of recording, there has not been any news on David Alaba yet. So we have not received any sort of, news on whether he's available and how long he's out for, if it's a serious injury. Nacho got this crazy red card against Girona, meaning that he's not only been banned for 1 game, he's not only been banned for 2 games, he's been banned for 3 games, which means he'll miss Osasuna, he'll miss Sevilla, and he'll miss El Clasico. 3 big games for Nacho to miss. So, going to this game, unless we go to the youth academy to promote a centre back for the day itself, which I see unlikely. I think we could promote someone up. I mean, not necessarily promote, but we could bring along a youth academy player up and let him travel along. But I can't see him, whoever that may be, start. So, if Alaba is not back yet, right, I've gone with a back 5 of Kepa, who has been solid. Made a mistake against Napoli, however, we still won. Of course, we can't really always, give excuses, but it is true that we still won. I've gone with Fran Garcia at left back. Please, Ancelotti, please put Camavinga back into the midfield. I've got Ferland Mendy centre back. Now, I know this is like a very FIFA move, but I'm struggling to wonder and think of who we can put at that role. Are we gonna put Tchouaméni at centre back? Like, I'll rather Mendy. Like, actually, would I? I think Mendy is good defensively. He's just lacking going forward, really. And as a centre back, you don't really need to go forward. So, yeah, I've got Rudiger and I've got Carvajal. Now, whether Tchouaméni plays, whether Lucas Vazquez plays centre back, I think it's a worry regardless. If Real Madrid do not get a centre back, and by that I mean not buy a centre back, but if we don't get Alaba back on time, it will be a struggle. It will be a struggle at the back, especially. But there's a risky option to play Mendy at centre back, but I've gone with that as the back 5. I've gone with that. It's a bit, like I said, of a gamble, but I've gone with that. I've got a midfield trio. I've gone Tchouaméni, I've gone Camavinga, I've gone Valverde. Similarly, we could see Tchouaméni play centre back with Rudiger, and then maybe Valverde, Camavinga, Ceballos, or even Modric or Cruz, right? Highly doubt it's going to be Cruz because he started against Napoli. So I've gone with that midfield. Jude Bellingham has to play. Rodrigo, I think, has to play. And Vini Jr., I think, has to play. Is Joselu able to play? Will he probably have a chance? I think he could have a chance to play in this game. But personally, I think Bellingham and Vini Jr. linked up really, really, really well against Napoli. Rodrigo, I just see him playing for some reason. But I wouldn't be too against someone like a, Joselu starting, But we can have to make do with this because we don't really have a choice. We can't really, choose. Really, at this point, I don't think we have the power to choose because of the lack of squad options. Of course, we've already seen Militao gone out, Courtois gone out. It's started pretty poorly. It's kind of gotten a bit better, and then now Nacho just gets a stupid red card, and gets suspended for 3 games, which I think is deserved. But the big issue is if Alaba doesn't make it back on time, and what will happen? I'll be interested to see what happens, but that is the team. Scoreline, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Real Madrid win. I'm kind of confident. I'm not arrogant. I'm not overly confident. I'm a bit confident. But I think Osasuna definitely has to be, a team that we take aware of. We definitely cannot just, think that there are some easy opponents and not be cautious. Of course, they can hit us on the counter as well. So, I've gone with that as my starting 11, but let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know your predictions for the starting 11 and for the score prediction. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.